Hi, Tori.
Hey, what's up? Welcome
No,
back.
thank you. It feels good. As soon as I heard that music, I was like, oh, it feels like football season again.
Ugh, I know. I know. I'm so happy that it's like finally here. And like all I did Sunday was just like get all cozy and sit and watch football all day.
I stepped outside and it was a cool, like 68 degrees here in Texas. And I was like,
Oh my God,
this
the
feels
weekend
like football.
here. Yeah, no, the weekend here was like gorgeous. I made crock pot meatballs and I was like,
Oh,
I'm gonna have myself a good time. And it was
hmm
great. Yeah, no, because it's been so stupid hot here, and it finally, like, cooled off into the 70s. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it was cold yesterday going to work. And so then this morning I decided to wear a long sleeve because I was like, I'm kind of chilly. Like this is not normal for Texas in September, but I'll take it because I'm like, it was a really hot summer. It was a hot, rainy summer. I don't know if y'all got a lot of rain in KC,
We
but
I don't know, we got, like, a little bit here and there. My home, like, Minnesota got hit so hard. My dad said
mm,
it rained for, like, at least 2 days straight, basically, at one point, and then, like, this summer, the longest stretch of no rain they had was 4 days.
oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
So
like, they got a lot of flooding, and, like, all of it just went down to Iowa, and, like, they were f it was a mess, but
it
I think
sounds
it's
like it.
better. Yeah, I think it's better now, but
Oh my goodness. So
any
how was Friday for you?
um, looking at the game and stuff, I mean, you could tell it was game 1, I think, like, for sure. Um, the defense did like, I mean, they had some turnovers and stuff, so, like, that was good. They
Mhm,
kept us, like, close, I feel like, between, like, a pretty good team, and I was so worried that, like I told you, I didn't think we were gonna win, but, like,
mhm.
I thought it was gonna get, like, ugly, honestly. Like, I
Oh,
was
okay.
worried it was gonna be ugly because like, we just don't start, like, super great. And
Never.
then, like, whole totally different field, all that. But so I'm glad it was closer than I thought it was going to be. Um, yeah, I mean, how about you? What did you think?
I was at dinner in Disney and I told all my friends, I was like, hey, as soon as the game starts, like, I love y'all. I've been with y'all all week. I am watching this game. And so it has been such a long time since I've watched a game on my phone. And I don't know what it was, but like my friend's phone was 2.5 seconds ahead of mine. And it just seemed like the
Oh,
whole time everyone was ahead of mine, even though like we started at the same time, we were on the same Wi Fi, we're all on Peacock. Like, why am I delayed? And so I would see his reaction as a Lions fan, and I was just,
oh,
like, seething
that
so
sucks.
bad. Yeah,
I I had the same thing going. I was at, like, a magic show Friday because my friend had a bachelorette party, and, like, that was our activity, and, like, I'm, like, literally, like, in the seat just, like, on my phone, like, watching the whole time and stuff, trying to, like, keep up because I was like, "I am not missing this game 1."
Yes, and it just felt so weird that it was on a Friday, and then, like, obviously with the controversy with the Thursday game, and then our game, and just that terrible field, and,
Oh my
to
god,
only
that
be
field, ugh.
yeah, to be only, like, capitalized on, like, 3 points, after turnovers just is not a way to
Yeah,
win a game. I will say the kicker looked better. He looked better. I was still
still
doing
missed
the
still missed a field goal at a pretty costly
still
time, though, and it was, like,
I
40 yards.
yes, I still was doing the, I can't watch, did he make it? Okay,
I
cool.
still
But
can't
yeah,
watch.
no, it's so cringy, and then obviously the tragic ending at the end
I know, I'm like,
was just
5 seconds? Are you kidding me? Like, 5 seconds?
it was crazy, and I know we'll talk about this in a little bit, but just, like,
Yeah.
the fact that they said that, like, his silly body is what kept him from actually doing much worse damage, and the fact that that was such a popular thing on Twitter last year because I think it was because of
His silly
Ronica.
body, yeah.
Yeah, he does a silly body, and I just watching it, and I think the thing that made me mad is that that was a dirty hit. It was a high-low hit that totally should have been a foul. Hitting the quarterback. I mean, Kyler Murray got a call on him this weekend that was way less than that, and so it's
Mhm.
just kind of like not that I think that we would have done anything better with an additional 15 yards, because
Yeah. No, like, it's no, like, it still would've been hard. We still would've had to have our kicker make a field goal.
It's the principle of it though, for me. Like it's the principle is that, but yeah,
Yeah, same. Not yeah, not even a field
how are
goal, but,
you
like
feeling as our resident doctor here at Green and Gorgeous?
oh gosh. I first of all, let's clarify, I'm not a doctor. Um, I am a physical therapist assistant. It's funny because
Our
like, my PTs and stuff and, like, my friend that's a PT, like, we joke about them, like, be like, "Oh, doctor, like, she's a doctor." And it's, like, the doctorate. But anyways, no,
yeah.
that had me so worried, and, like, the fact that it is an MCL sprain is, like, best case scenario, I feel like, honestly,
Mhm,
because I mean, like, so when I saw the video of, like, the knee popping, like, that popping
mhm,
sensation, that is what had me, like, so worried. You're having, like, that force coming in and putting all that pressure on your MCL, and like, just also, like, that lateral hit to that
mhm.
knee is going to be, like, at risk of, like, an ACL tear as well, and then the fact that he's, like, planted in the ground, it could cause, like, this basically, like, pivot shift, because, like, he's turning to throw and all that, so it's a whole mess. It's not great, and there's this thing in my field called terrible triad, and I was so worried about it, and that is a torn ACL, MCL, meniscus. And the MCL goes, like it's, like, right by the meniscus, and so, like, a lot of times, like,
Mhm.
if you have damage to one, you can, like, damage the other. Um, yeah, I was freaking terrified. I was because, like, if you do that, if you like, meniscus tear alone is 6 weeks non-weight bearing for, like, most procedures that I see by doctors.
Mhm.
Um, not, like, non-weight bearing even, and, like, you're not thinking about getting into stuff until like, you're not even, like, jogging usually until 4 months.
It felt a lot like I think it was at the 2018 game when Rodgers went down after not having him for the whole season. Like I just the tears, like it was just we have such high expectations for the season. Like
I
we
that's what it was, like, even, like, Jared said, he was like, "It just, like, kinda sucks because if he's out, like, you guys were actually in, like, contention, I feel like, this year."
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
yeah,
How do you feel about the if Jordan Love doesn't play, then Malik Willis will start? How do you feel about that comment by LaFleur?
that, like when I saw that, I was like, who are you kidding?" Like, who are you don't kid yourself. Like, honestly, especially if it's, like, you think he could come in for this game, I would honestly just not play him regardless. Don't
Mhm.
like, unless he's, like, somehow 100% able to play, I would not put him in because I am not going to risk the rest of our season when we know it's going to be about between 3 and 6 weeks.
Mhm.
We can still, if we win at least 2 games, let's say it's like a 6-week stretch or even like 5. If we can win 2 out of, like, those games, we're still there. We're still in there.
Yeah,
Um,
it's not
if it's
tragic yet.
no, it's not. If it's 6 weeks, I would ideally like to see us win 3.
Mhm.
And, like, especially with our schedule, I think it's
Yeah,
doable.
it's the easy part right now playing. I mean, obviously, Colts aren't gonna be that easy, but they're relatively easy compared to the stretch of games further down the season.
Yeah, so, like,
So, I
don't even
agree.
put Love at risk. Like, let let Malik do his thing. Let's see what he can do. I mean, because like, judging what we saw from him from, like, the 5 seconds, like, the what, like, 2 snaps he had, you can't judge that. That man was not ready to
No,
go in that game. He was not
no.
expecting to play with 5 seconds
5
left.
seconds. Yeah, for him to be,
No.
like, sit there the whole game just like, "Oh, this is so fun. I'm in Brazil. This
Yeah,
is
just
so
like
nice."
just
And
like,
then
"TT."
is that one meme where they're, like, going and grabbing, like, the guy out of jail, and he's like like, that was, like, really like, "Oh my god, like, y'all actually need me." I think the thing that I get the most upset about is just, like I don't know what games you watched on Sunday, but, we watched the Browns-Cowboys game,
Mhm.
and clearly just for Brady, but, during that, they showed since 1999 how many starters, have been quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, and it's been an enormous amount of quarterbacks. I
Mhm.
think it's like over 40 since 1999. And my thing is that like our little quarterback list is so cute and tiny.
It's
It's
so
Favre,
cute and tiny.
Rodgers, Brett Hundley, and then Love. And I'm like, that is something that like as a fan we've been so blessed with. Like that's something I'm very
Definitely.
protective of. That's I think what I'm most protective upset is versus, and I don't know if they count for home openers or for the season openers because Love did start our season, but like that
Mhm.
little baby list is like I'm so protective of that. And
I
that's
know,
just
like,
why
I
I'm
think
like,
it's so special. It's, like, so special that for us that we've gotten so spoiled, like and it's something, like, I pride our team on.
yeah, exactly. And I have faith in Malik Willis. We'll see. You know,
Do
the
you?
faith is not 100% strong, but
I would like
it's
to know.
there
Can you tell me, like I'm, like, genuinely curious. Why do you have so much faith in him?
because I'm the resident optimist. Like I'm gonna be an Inside Out 3 as like the optimism. I'm sounding like saying autism.
I almost called you an optometrist. No. Optimistic.
Optimistic. That is gonna be my character in Inside Out 3. I'm gonna be that.
You're that would be so fitting. I could Google
Yeah,
that up for you. But no,
I'm here for it. I
I've
don't
been
know. I'm
looking
just trying not to be a Debbie Downer.
I know, I've been looking into him more, obviously, because like, we're gonna need it. I mean, college was okay, like, he was fine then. He got drafted didn't he get, like, decently high in 22?
To be honest, I have no idea. I just recently found out he played for Tennessee. Um,
Yeah, no, I just remember when like, my thought was when we signed him, I was like, "Why?"
who? My
I
thought
was
was who?
I just I didn't know, like, why I don't know. I didn't know why. And then
Yeah,
it
I
doesn't, like, him and Jordan Love have, like, the same, like,
uh,
agent or whatever too?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do have the same agent. Yeah, I think also I'm trying to be optimistic because like I'm going to the game this weekend, and so I'm trying to be like optimistic for that because I'm like I do not want to go to a game where we lose, especially in Lambeau. So like my optimism, I keep saying that word. I don't even know. It's been such a long day. Uh, is high, but I don't know. How do you feel about Sunday?
You know, as the complete opposite of what you are, no, it'll be interesting. It's gonna like, our defense is gonna really have to pull their weight. Like, if we
Mm-hmm.
look at, like, what do we need in order to, like, get through this spell without Love? Defense, 100% defense, defense, defense. Like, they are gonna really need to step up their game because, like, obviously offense is going to have to do stuff. But, like,
Mm-hmm.
if they can just keep us in it and give the offense, like, their chance, that would be great. But we need to capitalize on turnovers.
Oh,
You can
absolutely.
you
You can't just
cannot
get
have
three.
3 turnovers and get a field goal out of it. Like, you need to be getting at least a touchdown for one of them, please.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, no, it's gonna be interesting. I've seen people talk about, like, what if we got Tannehill and, like,
Oh,
signed him for that
yes.
spell? What was your thoughts on that?
Part of me is like, is that just because he's more known than Malik Willis? I don't even know how many games. Let me just Google this. Many games has I like how it's like the first thing to look. Um, okay, so he went 17-6 in college.
Mhm.
Oh, his Madden rating is at 63. What do we think of that?
Oofda. That's what I think. Oofda.
Let's oof. Poor guy. Also seeing number 2 is gonna be really weird. Um,
Yeah, I don't that's just, like, not a football number to me.
he threw 3 interceptions in 2022. He got sacked 10 times. Now in 2023, he had 0 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, so that's better. Uh,
Is it? No, I don't know. I I did like the idea of flirting with Tannehill
Tannehill. Okay.
just because, like, I know what he can do more, I feel like. And we
Mhm.
like I said, we only need him for, like, a small spell of, like, games, and I think he could get us at least, like, 2 wins with those games. I do. I
Even
just
like Joe Flacco could have been fun.
that would have been that would have been interesting. I was surprised we didn't see all the, Colin Kaepernicks that
Oh,
people
Colin
will, like,
Kaepernick.
throw out there, like, "Oh, we gotta get him out here." But
Yes.
no,
Whew.
I think, like I'm like, the Packers aren't gonna, like, re-sign someone else because, like, we just signed him. Like,
Yeah,
we
that's
just
and
signed
he
him.
was such an interesting choice too. That was
Very.
because we have Sean Clifford, which I know a lot of people have a crush on him.
It's gotta
And
be
then didn't
Taz.
didn't we have another quarterback
We had another one, like, sitting back there, but,
that we drafted, I thought, that maybe is on the practice squad, maybe.
yeah.
Okay.
Nothing but, like, nothing too special. No.
No. No.
No.
Yeah, that was a brutal ending to that game, and it just kinda sucked everyone that's like, "Oh, go Packers," and I'm like, "Screw you all. You've not texted me in 9 months since literally the Packers lost to San Francisco, and
Right.
now all of a sudden you're texting me again." I'm like, "I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Stop it." Like,
I actually
so
surprisingly had so many people be like, "Man, I feel so bad." Like
Oh, that's so
like, at work,
nice.
I had a lot of patients who are like, "Man, like, we were really kinda rooting for you guys."
My mom, I was just talking with her and I was like, she's like, "Oh, what are y'all gonna talk about tonight?" And I was like, "Oh, the injury." And she's like, "What injury?" And I'm like, "Mom?" I'm like, "Weren't you watching the game?" And she's like, "Well, I don't really know what happened at the end." And I'm like,
That was, like, the main thing. That was, like, the main takeaway from the game was the end.
it was just funny because she's just so innocent. "What injury?" And I'm like,
For me too, it was like the waiting game was a killer. Like, we were just
"Yes."
sitting there like, "Can we get some clarification? I know you can do some special tests on this guy, like, come on." And, like, he was
Mhm.
all the way in Brazil and
Yeah,
stuff,
which
like, couldn't just like, "Oh, let's just go there real quick."
I'm over international games.
I think so many people were pissed once he got hurt because,
Mhm.
like, I saw, like, an article or something at one point, and it said how the international fields are more dangerous for football to be played on because they're used to soccer being played on it, and
Different
just
cleats.
soccer yes, the cleats are different, and, like, although soccer's a contact sport, is not the same kind of contact sport as football
Mhm.
is, and
Mhm.
so, like, you're gonna slide more on, like, their turf, which is just going to lead to an injury. And I don't know. I feel like there's been someone that gets hurt in, like, every international game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I understand the fact of, like, wanting to bring into, like I
Oh,
know
no, I
Roger Goodell's
totally
thing is,
do.
like, wanting to, like, bring the NFL, but I'm like, the NFL is arguably one of the most popular sports besides probably soccer. Like, it is arguably the biggest sport already. I don't think that, maybe make games international specific for, fans to be able to fly here and, be able to go
Mhm.
to the games here. It's just kind of like it's a lose-lose situation because you're right, like, the fields are not meant for football cleats, and
No.
even it was what I think it was after the second interception or the fumble or whatever it was, like, they were already starting to change their cleats, and I'm like, "That's just it's not feasible for these players and the injuries," and obviously,
I
with
know,
it
like, as a player, like, you're putting a lot, I feel like, out there on the line already, and
Mhm.
then you're going to an environment that's been more likely to injure people. I don't know. I
Yeah,
saw a lot of people were, like, really upset online.
looking at the field afterwards too, it was all tore up, like,
Oh
that
my
field
god,
was
I saw, like, the
nasty.
video, and I'm like, "There are literally chunks out of the end zone."
Chunks.
Like, chunks.
Yes.
And we found that to be okay, like, someone looked at it and was like, "Playable." I wouldn't even play on that for soccer.
No, I wouldn't even walk on that. Do you know how bad my luck
No.
is? I trip
I
so
yeah,
fast.
bitch, I trip. I had surgery on my ankle, like, I clearly do.
I took all of your photos from The Bachelorette, and everyone has, like, these sandals on, and then you just have your boot.
Me and
I was
my
like, "Is she
giant
okay?"
walking boot, yeah, no, luckily I get out of it next week, thank God. But
Is
then they're
this the
gonna
same injury, or is this a different one?
Yep,
Okay.
no, it's the same one, I just had to finally get it fixed. I was like, "Oh, let me
Oh.
play a little bit of softball, come on." And then I played softball, I was like, "Wow, this really freaking hurts. I need to get this fixed." So 1 year later
Oh my gosh.
Surgery.
Hey,
And yeah,
yo.
no, I get to go out of my walking boot next week, and they gave me this. It's called like it's a post-op shoe. So it
Okay.
literally is like just like the bottom and it like wraps around the top of my foot. It looks like a flipper because apparently they're not like shoe sizes. They are small, medium, large. Well, I
Oh
am
no.
too big to be a medium and too small to be a large. So I'm not kidding you. I have this much space,
Oh
basically a nose
no.
length of space, like of my toes just hanging.
Oh god. Not the dogs out.
The
Not the
dogs
dogs.
are the dogs are out. They are.
Speaking of dogs, I just have to say the nastiest thing that I saw this weekend is people going through security at the airport with no shoes on.
I mean, like, I got my Crocs on, but I'll wear socks, I guess.
Yes, I wore Crocs,
Otherwise,
but I
my
had
feet get
socks on.
sweaty.
I had socks on. I just cannot imagine going dogs out on the
Just
airport
raw dogging
floor.
it, literally.
Yes, I was like, and at that point, I was just kind of like making comments. I was like, dang, I was like, these people are nasty. I was like
I know,
walking
I'm
around
surprised
the
it doesn't
airport with your
smell more
feet
like
out.
feet out there. Like, it's actually kind of shocking.
It was gross. So if any of y'all do that, please don't, because that was
Ick,
nasty. I did. Ugh.
but,
Yeah, Crocs are the superior flying shoe. I have found out those were so
first of all, you could
easy.
have stopped at shoe. Crocs are the superior shoe. No debate. Next question.
No debate.
Like,
Absolutely.
proceed.
So easy to fly in. My feet were so comfortable. I was like, okay,
Yes,
so they're about
I
to go on a little
know.
world tour with me. They're gonna go up to
Mhm.
Green Bay this weekend. So
Yes, that's gonna be so exciting.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Gonna go get to see everyone do the Twitter
So you
tailgate
going to the
and
tailgate again? That'll be fun.
yep. I'm gonna go get some of those tippy cow shots that just tastes like milkshakes, probably get some fireball.
And you're
So
gonna have a cheese curd for your girl right here.
cheese curds, brats. I'm so
Leave
excited
a
to eat
cheese
food in
curd
Green Bay.
out for a homie, if you will.
Just like sacrifice one to the gods. Be like, please,
Just
for
like just like
Tori
leave
and
it on
for
the
Jordan.
table or like someone like goes to get it and like smack there and be like, no,
That's
that's
for
for
Tori.
that curd's saved.
Yeah. Have you picked out any games that you guys are going to this year or season or?
Probably not gonna make it out. We don't really get up there a lot. I guess like I with my work and stuff, I never know
Hmm.
like when. And then also I have a lot of like time I had to take off for work for surgery, and then I have like a
Mm.
wedding I'm in that's going to be coming up, another bachelorette party that I'm planning
Oh,
coming up. So
fun.
like I was like I don't have time to go to a game, unfortunately. I mean, as much as I wish I could.
No,
It's just
that
so
makes
freaking
sense.
expensive.
I actually just bought my ticket for the game yesterday. I had been holding out because I was like, the games, whenever they first got dropped, were super expensive. Then I remember everyone at the tailgate last year was like, oh no, just buy your ticket like 10 minutes before the game. And I was like, that's a little too nerve wracking for me.
That would kill me.
So yeah, I waited and waited. And then I found one in the end zone for not that much money. And so I was like, okay, so
There you
well,
go.
I'm excited.
Well, especially now
So
that Love's out, I bet tickets are dropping.
yeah, that's the only good thing is that that's what my dad had picked me from the airport on Saturday. I was like, honestly, tickets have gone down a little bit. And then whenever, as soon as LaFleur dropped that, if Love's out, I was
Mhm.
like, I'm buying a ticket now because I was like, if there's any sniffing of Jordan Love being able to play in this game, those tickets are going to go skyrocket back up. So I was like, I got to
They
buy
will
while they're
shoot right
low.
up.
Yeah, so I got one. So I was like, we're good, we're situated. So, but yeah, it's just gotten so expensive to go to games. I was like even at games for like Dallas, and it's crazy. Concerts, everything. There needs to be some sort of regulation
There
on
needs to be
this because
some
it's
sort of
just
limit, like some kind of limit, please. Let the
yeah.
common people like myself go to things. I
Or
am
like
just a
you,
wee little peasant.
it was a week before the Super Bowl, and I got the email from Ticketmaster like it's not too late to grab your ticket. So I was like, okay, I'll look. $10,000. I was like, with $1,000 service fee. I was like, it's not too late for who? For who?
Yeah, for who the fuck are you talking to? Because it ain't me.
Yeah, I'm like, if y'all are willing to pay for it, like, I'll go clown.
Gladly.
Yeah.
No. Well, Emily, just kind of the silver lining for me at least with this past week is that with our preseason predictions on the games, I am 1-0 now, and you are
Yes.
0-1. So we both did predict that we would win this game originally before the season started. How confident are you in that happening now
For the Colts.
for the Colts?
Yeah.
You confident? Miss
My
Optimistic?
Yeah, my inside emotions are like press the button for no, press the button for no, press the button for no, but it's like the other one's like squish. Um, I don't know. I go back and forth because obviously week 1 is always not the best.
Mhm.
Defense needed some stuff. Josh Jacobs didn't look that great. Emmanuel Wilson, we need to buy the stock on him because he looked way better than Josh Jacobs. Um, my thing is that I just hope that because these guys didn't really play in preseason, that this was just kind of
Mhm.
getting the, you
Getting their
know,
feet wet a little bit.
yeah, yeah, and if they can just draw up a bunch of plays and kind of use, Malik Willis, whatever his strengths are, I don't know what they are, but if he has some, if we can use those, then we'll see. I don't know, had a lot of really hope with the new defensive coordinator. I saw some things I liked, saw some things wide open gaps that just felt like the Joe Barry scheme again, and I was like, are we tackling? Um,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts now that we are in a new predicament?
Yeah, I mean, not as confident in us winning this one and wouldn't be surprised with seeing another loss. Just with the fact of Malik Willis is gonna have to get his, he's gonna have to get in a groove of some sort. He's gonna have to get used to this. We're gonna probably have to do how we would do like the offense and stuff, redrop some
Mhm.
things to make it more fitting for him versus like Love because I think they're different kind of quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. So like we're gonna have to like change a lot of things that we were already planning on doing. I mean Anthony Richardson looks good
Yeah,
again.
healthy.
Yep, healthy. And
Must be nice.
so yes, our defense is gonna have to step up. Um I saw, like you said, some things I like, some things that were a little on the defense. Oh my gosh, this just popped in my head though, real quick. Jair
Mhm.
intercepts the ball, and his cockiness got to him. Because like I was like, just go down, just go. Like you're
Go
gonna
down.
get more yards. You're gonna get more yards out of this. Just go down, and like
Yeah.
that irritated me, and that happened twice. There's two times because we also had on the return when we didn't have a lot of
Mhm.
time left.
Wasting seconds.
Wasting
Wasting precious
precious
seconds.
seconds off the clock to get less yards than what we would have had.
Mhm. Mhm.
That
I
like
just
those were the
yeah.
stupid decisions of week 1. Like, like
Yeah.
that's just what it was. I'm hoping we get that out of our system so that we can get back to like actually doing the correct thing and knowing the game of
Mhm.
football a little better. I don't know.
How do you feel with the new kickoff rule?
I I don't. I hate it. I hate it. So I've told so many people about this. I hate it because first of all, the onside kick thing, like, pisses me off
Mhm.
that you can't do it until the end. You have to announce basically that you're gonna do it. That is so stupid because, like, if you are a kicker and you kick the ball and you see all those people turn their heads and they start taking off without even thinking, and they do it again and again and again, that is the time to use that to your advantage, and maybe you try, like, a random
Mhm.
onside kick there.
Yeah, for practice. I know the Lions did it, like, halfway through the season at one point. I
Yes,
think they
no,
actually did it against
I've
us.
seen people open games with that,
Yeah,
and it
just to see.
and I'm just like, onside kicks, like when you are the one kicking them and needing that ball, are already hard enough.
Mhm. Let alone
Why?
having to announce it.
Yeah, why? Like, don't get me wrong. By the end of the game, like everyone
You
knows you're gonna
know.
do. Like,
Yeah,
the situation and
everybody
stuff,
knows.
but still, like, I, I
Yeah.
don't like the rule.
It's definitely like I was talking to my dad, I'm like, "Is this gonna stay? Are they testing it out? Like, halfway season, are they gonna be like, 'Okay, this is
Did they
terrible?'"
announce like a reason,
I think they
like to
wanted
prevent
more
injury or
action.
something?
No, I
How
think
is
it
it
was
more
because
action by taking away onside kicks from
well,
people
not
earlier?
necessarily for the on-kite kicks, but the
The
landing
return.
zone,
Yeah.
because and they were even talking about it Monday night last night, talking about like, oh well, compared to week one in
Mhm.
2023, this is the percentage of balls that were returned versus 2024. This is a percentage. And I'm like, I think they just want more action versus just the,
Yeah.
fair catch,
And
whatever.
I do get that. Like, that part of, like, the new rules, I don't hate. I do like
Hmm.
that, like, you have to return it within the landing zone. Um, I think it does make it a little bit more interesting, but
Over under how many years until they do the same situation with the punting?
oh my god. Can we just
I just
stop?
ruined your night. I
Yeah,
just ruined your
probably.
night.
Can we
Do you
can
want me
we
to show
just
you my mirror again?
Yeah, you're actually gonna cause us bad luck.
I
That's
really I got
you
to my parents' house and I decided to open my mirror to get my traveling mirror and it was cracked. And so Tori FaceTimes me and she's like, "Hey, how long do you think it's gonna do you think it's gonna take you to get ready?" And I was like, to be honest, I've been staring at this broken mirror for 10 minutes now, just contemplating life. Like I don't know what to do. Like it really upset me. But I bought a new one. We will
you already
prevail.
got a new
I'm traveling this weekend, and then
oh,
in 2 weeks I go to Canada, and then 2 weeks or and I travel this weekend, next week I go to Tennessee, 2 weeks after that I go to Canada, then I go to Houston, and then I go to Oklahoma, and then New Orleans. So I
I'm
have
like, I
a
didn't realize
lot.
you were so freaking rich. Like, what the hell?
I'm not. I'm taking my time off on the Fridays. I'm using my dad's flight points, which I love
Oh,
him
there
very
you go.
much
Okay.
for. I'm staying with friends.
That's
I'm
fair.
balling on a
Okay, okay.
budget, but I needed a mirror because
No, you have to have a mirror. I agree 100%, but
just the fact that it broke after the first trip of the year. I was devastated, devastated.
definitely.
But I was doing my makeup and I was like, oh. Anyways, life goes on.
Life
Life
goes on,
has
just like we're
to
gonna
go on.
have to. This coming, game that we have against the Colts. Um, Anyone in particular you think is gonna make a big impact this game? Offense, defense, special teams, coaching, anywhere?
Um, I guess it brings the point. If you have Jaden Reed on your fantasy team, do you start him or not?
Oh my gosh. So with Reed, so Reed would have been my answer. And I think it was an
Yeah.
obvious answer, of course, because he did so well. Um, I had a work draft and like we all draft in person.
Mm-hmm.
And like this guy took him from me 2 people before it was my turn, and, like, literally, he was cute. I was like, "I'm getting him because I feel so good about Reed." I loved what we saw from Reed last year. I
Mm-hmm.
honestly think he could take that wide receiver 1 spot, because, like, it's kind of up in the air. I think, like, everyone just, like,
Yeah.
gives it to
To
Watson and
Watson.
stuff, and, like, I definitely think Watson has an effect of letting Reed get open more because, like, people are covering him so much
Mm-hmm.
more, um but no, like, I wanted him. I was like, "Dang it." And they're like, "You were gonna like, you wanted him?" I was like, "Yes." Like, I know
Mm-hmm.
who he is. Yes, I did want him. Thank you. Like, you guys are all Chiefs fans. Let me have my guy, please.
My one guy.
Like, let me have this one guy that I wanted. But no, like,
Oh.
I like Reed, and I think he can be something
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I love what we saw last year. We saw one game. It was amazing. He's been the highest rated wide receiver in PPR fantasy leagues. Exactly. We love to see it. And now we hope that yeah, bless you. We hope that uh we can find him just as love does.
I tried so hard to get out of the camera. I just
Yeah,
didn't.
welcome back. How you doing? It'd be like
It,
that sometimes. It's
it
okay.
really do. This is my first week. It's week 1.5 for us.
Yeah, you're looking rusty
Um,
too.
I know you can tell I didn't do any preseason games.
No.
I don't know. I really liked what we saw from Emmanuel Wilson. Josh Jacobs had some good runs at the end. When he
Mhm.
kept getting stuffed at the beginning, I was like,
I know. The beginning, I was like, Jacobs, like we have been waiting to see you right now.
yes,
And like, what are you giving right now? Because it's not a lot, nothing good.
it's giving wall.
It's
Um,
yeah.
It was very frustrating. I am hoping that we see more from the kicker. You know how hard I was on Carl's Carlson last year. Don't even know his name. Hate him so much.
Hate
Um,
hate I'm sorry,
I
but, like, if we keep getting these kickers that can't make 40-plus yard field goals, we are going to be in trouble. Like, those because field goals win games sometimes.
mhm. Yeah, they
Time after
shouldn't, but they
time, we have
do.
seen field goals win games.
How many
So,
games
like,
did we lose last year by missing an
by a
extra
field
point
goal.
or a field goal? I think it was
Exactly.
9. I think it was 9.
But who's counting?
Um, I am because I was praying on his downfall.
And here
I
we
just was
are, we
so
have it.
I was just so happy when he was gone. So I hope he has a good game. Um, Other than that, maybe Keyshawn Nixon could do some good running, kickoff returns. That would be
Better decision
great.
making, though.
Better decision making, some good decision making by Jair. Um, Zach Tom, I think he had a good game. Edgerrin Cooper, he looked good, and LaFleur said that he's getting healthy. So
Mhm.
we have a couple guys that might be able to do something. Yeah, I think Reed. I know my friends were asking me, the ones that have them in fantasy, they were like, "Do we start him? Do we not?" I was like,
I love Reed. Especially I
It
feel
just
like if you
depends.
have, like, 2 flexes, why not? Like, if you're in
Yeah.
a league that has 2 like, I have 1 league with 2 flexes, I have 1 with 1. Depending on who you have and stuff,
Hmm.
I mean, I like him.
Yeah.
I
No.
he's going to get catches, he's gonna get yards, he's gonna make plays.
Hmm. So, what are final score predictions for this week for you?
Oh, Jesus. Um, not great.
Not great. Okay.
No, I think we're gonna take an L this week.
Okay.
Um, I think we're gonna end up losing by 2 touchdowns. I don't know the numbers exactly,
Ooh.
but I think that we will lose by 14. What do you think, Emily?
That was my dinosaur noise, by
I
the
was like, "What was
way.
that noise?"
It's a dinosaur. Uh, I don't know. That's really hard. 2 touchdowns is a lot. I don't want to be crying while I'm eating cheese curds, to
No,
be honest.
2 touchdowns is a lot. I was thinking that too. Don't get me wrong, because I do like to think that, like, our defense will do better.
Hmm.
I Yeah, no, but I'm still like, it's just the fact that, like, it's gonna be rusty again. It's gonna be, like,
Hmm.
another week 1 for us,
Especially having a
um,
new quarterback.
especially having the new quarterback.
Um, I say, I don't know, 5 comes to my head. I don't know if it's plus or minus 5, but
5? What a number. That's
with a safety and miss, or not safety, but like, a field goal, maybe missing an
I
extra
mean, there's
point or
plenty different ways
two,
you can get a difference of 5. There's plenty.
safety,
Do you
you
think that
know,
we're or do you think we're gonna have more high scoring, or do you think we're gonna be more on the low scoring? Like, how many touchdowns do you think we will have this week?
I can see it being lower.
I'm
I can
I'm
see it
thinking
being a game
lows
of field
too.
goals. If homie can
God, if
make
it
it. I
comes
don't
down
even
to
know
a game of field goals, Emily, I'm not confident at all.
who's there. Who do they have? I don't
Their
even know who their
kicker,
kicker is.
they had, like, what, the glasses kid a while back. Or no
Oh yes, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
I
who
don't know if
knows?
that's still it, but
Yeah, I think I can see it being more of a low scoring game just
yeah.
because I hope our defense comes to play. I hope because it's their home turf. They've got a lot to prove.
Mhm.
Obviously, last year
Yeah, I'm
losing to
hoping
the
the crowd really, like,
Eagles.
comes out and helps us a little bit for sure.
I'll be there screaming. So if you hear
You
my high
better
pitched
be.
scream,
You know that, like, my dad still, when we talk about the game, the Cowboys playoffs game, he's like, "Emily would have had so" he's always like, "Emily, I bet had so much fun." And I'm like, "She did. She had so much
yeah,
fun."
I did. That was honestly like, it's so weird to think that that was this year. And I love bringing up that story just with like how much fun I had at that game.
Oh, that would've been
And
amazing.
it was just such a good game. And
Like,
like
especially,
that.
like, you living there, like, I don't know about you, but,
Hmm.
like, when I lived in Minnesota, like, I really hated the Viking I still really hate the Vikings,
Yeah.
as you all
And
know.
I
And it
hate
just made
Dallas.
it
And
so much better whenever we beat them.
yes, it was so much sweeter because everyone that talked so much crap to me throughout the week had nothing to say. And I complained, and I already complained about it already, and it's, 10 minutes into the season, how our kicker ruined all those games for us last year. But I have to tell myself that if we would not have been in that position to be the seventh seed, we would not have come to Dallas, and I would not have gone to
Mhm.
that game. So I'm like, okay, everything happens for a reason. I can still be pissed off about it. But if we would have won more games, we would not have been coming to Dallas more than likely.
It
But yeah,
worked
no, that
out
was
for
just
us in the end, you know?
yeah, that was just the most amazing game. That was probably the best day of my life. Honestly, probably one of the most fun football games I've ever been to. I love seeing Cowboys fans get pissed off. And of course, they've won one game this season, so it's already their year again. And this is the year we're going to the Super Bowl. Dak got his huge contract. But what was
Yeah.
crazy is I was actually at AT&T Stadium on that Friday night when Love got his contract, and it was just kind of like a full circle moment, being like, it was just kind of cool to be back at the place where he had this amazing playoff game, had the
Mhm.
best, I think, record or, quarterback rating in postseason. Like, just to be there whenever that's where he got his contract, like, it was kind of a cool thing. But yeah, I'm like, it might be a low scoring game, but I'm hoping for the best. I'm excited to see friends. We're gonna be very optimistic.
Oh, yeah. It'll be a good time regardless. Going up to Lambeau's always fun, no matter
Oh
what.
yeah. Cheese curds, some brats, some mustard.
Eat, like, literally no vegetables.
What are vegetables?
I remember when we went out there for the game last year, we had so much bar food, and, like, when we were driving home to Kansas City from Wisconsin, we stopped at the gas station, and I got carrots because I was like, I was like, "I have had so much grease, I feel disgusting."
Mhm. Yeah. I'm like Monday night, or Monday when we get to the airport, I'm like probably gonna try to find a salad at the airport or something because who knows what we're gonna be eating. But I know
Mhm.
one of the girls, Tiffany, she's got everything planned pretty much for us, and I'm like, I'm sold. She's done the research. I'm ready. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
just bring it on. So I'm excited. So should
That's
be
good.
should be a good game, and then hopefully this time next week we'll have better news. We'll be 1-1. I'll be
Yes.
1-1. You'll be 2-0. So
Actually, on the list, yeah, it's like on the list. I have us winning. I just don't
it's
feel
gonna be
great right now.
it's gonna be funny to see at the end of the season who has the best record, you, me, or the Packers.
Yeah, yes, especially because we both have us going 10-7. So yes, who will have the
Yeah,
better record by the end of the season? The Packers, me picking the Packers wins and losses, or Emily picking the Packers wins and losses.
we'll just have to stay tuned to see what happens.
Exactly. But in the meantime, let's just hope our boys get through this game, give it their all.
Hmm.
We get out with no injuries, no more major injuries, please. For the
Hmm.
Packers always struggle with injuries. I don't know what's going on out there, but
Hmm.
and let's hope that you have a good time.
I'm excited.
Yes, but anyways, everyone tune in, watch the Packers, cheer them on, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.